All right, so welcome to yet another week of the Tuesday Newsday podcast. We're gonna talk about this current news. Yeah, that was very superfluous. Of course, we're gonna do that on a Tuesday Newsday. Why did I say that even? I don't even know.
I mean, to be fair, this week the actual news was on Monday. We're a bit late on this one.
That's true. So why are people saying the maintenance is on Wednesday? Is that a thing?
It is, yeah. It's a day early this week
Oh,
because
so it's just this week.
it's probably just this week. It's probably due to some real life event, maybe related to Golden Week or something in Japan,
Oh,
or
yeah.
just
Okay,
something
so
else.
okay. Oh, I gotcha.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
that makes sense, I guess.
maintenance is a day
So
early.
we should be expecting like, but it's normal time, right? It's just 24
Yeah,
hours
yeah,
early.
yep. Just 24 hours early, and the week's events still go on that one extra day after maintenance. Now they don't end a day early.
Oh wait, so at the reset, I guess we're not getting then the like new expeditions and stuff like that, or?
I haven't actually looked at the start times for the new events, but
Yeah, we
the
can actually
old
look
ones
at
will
that.
still
I
go an
have them.
extra.
I have them up right here. Actually, let's see what the
Okay,
event is saying.
looks like they still start on the 29th, so I think the events will start a full day after the maintenance.
Exactly.
Then,
So yeah, maintenance does not give us the events. Actually, it's kind of like
yeah,
before. This used to happen before, right? Where we had maintenance on Thursdays
yeah,
and then the
yeah.
events went live on Friday.
Though actually, just at a guess, does I think maybe the story update will be live immediately?
That's a good question, actually. It doesn't say. Well, yeah, it does say after maintenance. So, so we've already spoiled that. Then, of course, we have a new story update. So, free lapis, as we call it, because everyone is just skipping the cutscenes. Nobody knows what the fuck. Like, I see Fina here standing in front of a black asshole. I don't like, or what is that? Is that a crystal?
Yeah, it's the old Will of Oblivion, as they
Oh
call
shit! Yeah,
it,
yeah. Dream, you don't actually skip, so you can actually
aka
tell us.
generic force of darkness. I
Ah,
mean, I don't skip, but I am a full chapter behind right now.
okay.
I haven't done last month's one yet.
All right. Well, like Fina, you've got this. Like, how close are we? Hey, we have some JP people in the chat with us here. So this is chapter 7.3, the black asshole thing. How close are we to the like actual end of season 3? Has season 3 ended in
I
JP?
think yeah, it did just recently end, I think, and they had like, I think there was 10 chapters or something.
10
I
chapters.
don't
Okay.
remember exactly though.
Okay. All right. So we're not
Because
super
I know
close.
our main story is kind of behind compared to our like weekly events,
Okay.
compared to where GP was, which is why we get story events kind of spoiling things slightly at times.
Oh yeah, that's true. That is true. We are, but okay. So it's a new story event. There's more lapis. If you enjoy the story, enjoy the story. Tell me what this black asshole thing is all about. But yeah, so the story event starts after maintenance. So you're getting some free lapis. This is hey, this is actually good news for me because it's what 2,500 lapis or something per
You can
story
do
event.
last ditch attempt at Noctis.
Exactly. I can do some
Should be
500
about
pulls on
2K.
Noctis.
Oh god, no, not the 500s.
But here's the thing, though. I think that I've wasted all my luck because I haven't done like excessive amounts of pulls. I maybe have done like 40, 50 pulls on Noctis banner, something around there, right? And I got 3 on banner NVs, and then I got 1 NV from daily that was King Behemi, which I'm still incredibly excited about. I am so happy
Yeah,
that happened. But so like 4 NVs in 40, 50 pulls. I doubt there's gonna be an Noctis NV anymore.
yeah, stop complaining.
Yeah, no, I'm not complaining. I'm sad that I haven't got Noctis, but I'm not complaining. And in fact, one of my NVs was
Oh,
actually Cleostar EX1, and Cleostar is still a very good unit, so I'm happy.
god. All I got was another cloud.
Yeah, well, in my defense, I also got another cloud out of the
Yeah,
NVs.
this is true.
Yeah. All right.
Okay,
But let's
but
actually jump into the banner, Dream. So what is the banner?
yeah, the main thing of the week. Well, we've got old Oracle Maiden Lunafreya because apparently Oracle Lunafreya was too short.
Why didn't they
But yeah,
call her like Oracle Maiden Girl Lunafreya? That would have been a better acronym.
how many adjectives can we get?
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, it's Envy Lunafreya, who is water Terra, but a lot stronger just purely on the stats she gets.
Right. Yeah, I remember people being very excited for Lunafreya back in JP or when she came out in JP because she reaches higher stats, right? And
Yeah,
I saw like someone in Discord. Oh yeah, it was actually Rigoro yesterday that posted that like if you count Terra with Noctis' sword in peril, Lunafreya and Terra do almost the same damage, more or less. But you know, if you don't have CB Noctis, like I don't, then Lunafreya is definitely going to do more.
Yeah, and because the main thing of that is because her Chronicle Battle Staff, which also arrives this weekend, is absolutely ridiculous on her.
Yeah.
Because it's like 190-ish magic, I think.
Right.
But then on her specifically, you've got 50% evoke damage, 50% LP damage, and 750 flat magic.
What the fuck?
And you can get and equip 2 of them on her, and all of that bonus stacks.
So wait, so I mean, for CB Noctis, it was 2 of CP Noctis' STMRs that are the best in slot, right?
Yes.
But for Lunafreya, it's 2 of these event staves, right?
Yes.
And how do you get them? Is it the actual weekly event?
It's just made from scratch from the Chronicle Battle stuff. It looks like it is limited to 2 copies, but that's all you need.
Unless you plan on having 2 Lunafreyas for some fucking reason. So do you know, Dream, if she is similar in Terra to the form, where, you know, like you shift, buff, and burst?
Yes, she's got the exact same rotation of a 2-turn shift, 3 turns cooldown.
Okay. And yeah, so and it's not like Faris where... So it's not like because Faris bursts in her base form, but sets up in shift form, I guess. Whereas Lunafreya is more a Terra carbon copy, I guess.
Yes, it's almost the exact same format as Terra.
Okay. Cool.
What she can also do instead of her water limit burst is another option is to quadcast her lightning evoke chain that she has in shift, and 2 turns of that will
That's very nice for her. I feel Terra missed out on that because Terra got the non-elemental one.
It's a nice alternative. It's definitely not going to burst as hard. With a good external Imperial, the sustained damage can be almost the same, I think.
Right.
With the 2 turns of it.
But I mean, that's super strong. That means that's
like
she's going to be a very strong chainer mage as well, right? Like if you can't fit her in a team where you can finish her for her, I don't know. No, because she's finishing, so you're chaining for her.
Yes, a limit burst is a finisher.
Right. No, I was just trying to figure out the terminology, but yeah. So if you need her as a chainer, you're still gonna reach the same amount of damage-ish per turn, which is pretty cool. That's actually, I did not know that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that's a neat options. And then in her base form, she also just has some light moves, but they're much weaker. Yeah, because they're just regular magic chains.
And she also has another, like for E-Peen lovers out there, and for Peen lovers in general, I guess, her TM is actually one of those parameters when setting an Esper materia. And since we can't stack those, this is really good, because now you can have like Tidus STMR, you can have the event one, and now you can have this. What else do we have? We have like...
You mean her TMR?
Sorry? Yeah, her TMR, yeah. Did I say STMR?
Yeah, I think you said STMR. Yeah.
Okay, but Tidus STMR, her TMR, then there is the event one that's like 100% or something.
Yeah, GF extension.
Yeah, GF extension, yeah, exactly. And then there is, and then we have a couple of like 40, or it's 4-star TMRs, I remember, that you can also use.
But those 3 together hit 200%, which is cap.
Oh, that is the cap. I did not know that. Yeah. Okay. Oh, all right.
It's 200% max.
But the funny thing, I guess, about Lunafreya is that nobody fucking wants her STMR, right?
Not really, no, because her Chronicle staff is just better.
That's a bit silly, I guess. Like,
her STMR can benefit from Rod Imperial, but I think even her maxed Rod build with the Imperial for that still hits slightly weaker than double Chronicle staff.
Right, and of course it's a staff, the event weapon. It's not a rod.
Yeah.
Ah, right.
Yeah, the Chronicle one, the staff, so it can't benefit from Rod Imperial.
Okay, interesting. Oh, somebody's pasting some damage numbers. Demos is pitching in here. So let's see, like, what does this... So Terra is terrible, right? Why are these numbers so bad for Terra? So Terra is doing like 3.1...
Turns are a bit worse.
Yeah, 3.1 billion for Terra, and then there's like 5.4 billion for Lunafreya. Holy shit.
I think that's without the external Sword Imperial on Terra. But yeah, Lunafreya is quite a bit stronger by virtue of her stats.
Wow. I mean, that's like not quite 50%, or sorry, not quite 100% stronger, as in double the strength, but like very close to it. So that's pretty strong, yeah. Okay, so she's definitely like a strong version, but it feels a bit like these numbers feel a bit big. Although again, because Rigoro said that like with the Imperil they kind of end up on the same place, I guess.
Yeah.
But maybe we're gonna get a staff Imperil too. So
yeah, I would say like damage wise, you're somewhat looking at basically like Noctis on the magic side,
right,
and a bit higher on burst, but less frequent.
right. Okay, cool.
Similar sustained output. So yeah, which is like a pretty big jump up from everything we've currently got.
Yeah, of course, quite a big jump. Well, I mean, it's definitely a unit, like, if you're pulling for her, and I know a lot of people are excited for Lunafreya, a lot of people like Lunafreya from the original game. She dies. There you go. It's a spoiler.
Doesn't
she dies.
She, like, barely appear in it?
Sorry?
Doesn't she, like, barely appear in the entire game?
Well, okay, so the weird thing about Final Fantasy 15 is that it's built in a way where, like, a lot of shit happens that you just don't see in the game. And this keeps happening throughout the game. I guess this is part of their plan, that Final Fantasy 15 was supposed to have a lot of DLC connected to it that would explain all of these discrepancies.
It's like a multimedia story thing as well.
Yeah.
The movie and stuff.
Exactly. But Lunafreya is a big character, and she's obviously like, there is this one epic moment in Final Fantasy 15 where you're fighting Leviathan. It's amazing. And Lunafreya dies. So she's basically Aerith 0.5 because everyone likes Aerith more. But she's still cool. She's still cool. A lot of people are going to pull for her. And, you know, hey, and if you off-banner this shit, like, oh my god, that's a huge pick. Huge pick.
But the other thing we have unit-wise this week is not 1, not 2, but 3 NVAs, which is unheard of.
All right, and I have to say something. I have to say something about this. So one of them is Ignis, and he goes blind in his Brave shit. That is some fucked up shit, okay?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, like, you shift him, and then he goes blind. And, yeah, I don't know. So Dream, do you know?
It's like, hey, I've got my sight back.
So, Dream, the only thing I know about these NVAs is that Gladio becomes, like, fucking chonky. But aside from that, I know nothing else.
Gladio becomes big wall of meat physical tank. I mean, it's his existing role. Ignis gets better double cast, triple cast as Brave Shift, and a bunch more support stuff. So he's still a tiny bit clunky with like his unlocks and stuff, but he has a really nice wide range of support stuff. Like he covers basically everything. That's cool. Just can't always do it all the time.
I guess we're going to go more into details. Yeah, and I guess we're going to go more into details on the pod episode that comes out soon. Yeah. But
he's a super nice support.
That's cool to hear. Like good pickup. And then Gladio, of course. All I know about Gladio, like, let's talk numbers on the proper episode, but all I know is that he's going to be able to tank any content right now without any problems.
Pretty much. Or maybe he needs a tiny bit of support for genies. It probably just depends on your gear. Okay. I think he can do it solo if you're like have good enough stuff. But
yeah, the only thing I've heard about Gladio is basically he has nothing else. Like that's like he's going to be covering, and that's about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the main thing he wants to use is his new cover skill, which is 80 to 90% mitigation, but only 1 turn, and his general mit, which is 70%, but 1 turn. So
so that's what he's doing every turn.
For those.
Okay, that's a bit silly, but it is what it is.
Like an auto buff for 30% Physmid or whatever.
So what about Prompto? Is he still total ass? Like he's been like since his release?
Prompto is kind of the bad one here. Like he's got some breaks that are alright, like 75 to 80% breaks. Some weird Grandis finishes that have good mods. Bad personal element support for lightning.
Right. His STMR got buffed though.
Yeah, that got some machine killer on it. It's still bad, pretty much. Like maybe it'll be somewhat useful in machines, but it's still not very strong.
It's still a gun also, or a single hand gun, which is, I guess,
one-handed gun.
Yeah, it's not something that you use a lot.
It's okay, but it's more that it's only 166 attack.
I think this is the first NVA banner where I have multiple copies of all NVAs. Or so I think I'm gonna have 3 NVA Gladios if I want to. I have like 15, 16 Gladios or something. It's ridiculous. I have 3 Gladio STMRs, so you know.
Wow.
And same for Prompto. I think Ignis is the only one that's I'm just gonna have one NVA for. So let's see. Interesting.
Meanwhile, I think I'm at a total of like 8 or 9 Ignis, 6 Gladio, and 3 Prompto.
Well,
So
6
with
Gladio
the
is...
shards from the event,
Yeah, well,
with the
you have
shards
enough.
from the event, I think I might be able to get EX2 Ignis. I should be able to get EX1 Gladio, and I can't make Prompto NVA yet because I don't have Zesty amount.
I mean, I guess for Gladio's sake, that's one of those units that you actually want to get as high EX on as possible if you're using him as a tank, because you want those stats. So for his case, like it might even be worth. Yeah, and how many pearls does it cost to take an EX3 NVA?
It's
two or
only
three?
one expensive pearl.
It's just one.
It's just one expensive pearl and 2 cheap pearls.
Okay. Yeah, so Gladio might definitely be worth one of those pearls. Like if you actually need a strong physical tank, that might actually be worth it. But again, let's talk numbers on the next pod episode.
And I mean, they'll all be giving you extra Chronicle bonus for both Lunafreya's one, and it should be for Noctis's one as well. Yefrit one.
Yeah.
So this is handy for getting a lot more bonus for farming that, which
nice.
I haven't done yet, so that's nice.
That's very nice. That's very nice. I still need to finish my second Noctis SDMR actually in the dungeon. I mean, hoping that one day I'm gonna fucking pull CB Noctis. It's obviously not gonna happen. Or you know when it's gonna happen? It's gonna happen when everyone is bursting for 5 billion. That's when it's gonna happen. Like that's when I'm gonna pick up Noctis. It's gonna be like, yay! I can use him on old content now. We are getting the treasure summon again, so as we said last time, this is probably a permanent thing. I'm guessing they see that this is working.
Until they get bored of it.
Yeah. So that's definitely happening. So if you're, it's a nice way to spend $10. You shouldn't spend money on gambling. I do. Don't be like me, kids. But it's a nice way to spend some money. I mean, it's very efficient, like we said last time. It's very lapis efficient, like if you compare to just buying 4,500 lapis. And what about the event dream? Like, what is there anything to look forward to in the event?
It's like a pretty standard raid event by the looks of it. Most of the generic gear that's being shown doesn't seem too impactful, though there is like a dagger that seems to have an automatic amp on it. Don't know what the percentage on it might be. Somewhat useful for the niche thing of having it in the form that you're not using and then shifting.
Yeah, and it is triple element, right? It's like fire, ice, and lightning on a single dagger, so at least it's something. Although stats are so low on it, like 128 attack, that's nothing.
Yeah, that's why you'd only use it on the form you're not using for shift buff, the same way you might do with remote cores and DV.
Yeah.
But I think there was a weapon that a gun. There's a gun that does the doubled basic attacks passive. It's another source of that.
Okay.
So more of that might be handy for some arena people.
And there is basically an upgraded Nutkin hairpin, or it depends on what you need from the Nutkin hairpin, but it's a 29 attack defense mage accessory that has 50% magic as well. So I guess if you need to cap magic, it might be nice.
Is kind of worse than the extra 10%.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
but yeah, it's an alternative for a real budget magic accessory.
Yeah.
The one thing that I have actually noticed with this raid news that's interesting is for the NVAs, we've got our usual 20 shards of each from login.
Right.
But the banner news does also seem to indicate that there is shards for them in the raid summon boxes.
Oh, that's interesting.
So we should actually be getting at least a full copy's worth of shards for each of them.
So a full as in the 25, I guess, or 50 or
probably.
Yeah, so
it remains to be seen how much we actually get, because I think overall
could be one of those
in the JP version.
Yeah,
in the JP version of this event.
Yeah,
there was a daily stage where they could get 75 of each.
Oh, okay. So maybe it's some type of that then. We're not getting that stage, or we don't know yet. I guess we're gonna know them.
I think based on the data on the wiki page, I'm not sure if this is confirmed or anything, but it seemed like maybe it had been converted to just a regular daily battle stage with the shards removed and stuff, but they're obviously being put in the raid box instead.
Right.
So it remains to be seen how
Yeah,
many of each we'll get.
that could
I'm
be one of
thinking it
those
might be
where it's
30
like the
or
final box.
55.
It could be the final box where it's like after you've passed all the boxes, you have a random chance of getting a shard.
Possibly.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, I would like. I
I
mean,
think it'll be a set amount.
and I definitely won't say no to more shards. Like, it's just nice to have.
Oh no, definitely not.
And I mean, just like Gladio's actually all the sprites are pretty kick-ass. Ignis is, I guess,
Oh
the
yeah,
worst
their
one.
ship sprites are nice.
Yeah, Ignis like just
I mean, at least they're like something different.
yeah. Gladio is really cool actually. Not gonna like. Unfortunately, it seems like he's shifting into damage type. Is like, do you know anything about his damage? Does anyone in chat know?
You don't really use his shift form. His damage is not good.
Okay, it's not. Ah,
It's got some it's got a couple of break bar skills in that form if you really want them. I think Greatsword and Katana. But yeah, the damage is not good. You don't use it for that.
yeah. Demos also confirmed that you just don't do it. That's a shame. That would have been a cool thing. Like,
Yeah,
that's also one of those things I would have thought was really cool. Like imagine shifting or like being a tank and then on certain turns, like let's say there's magic and physical portions of the fight, you can just shift and do some damage. Unfortunately, I guess his damage is not good enough. A shame.
Yeah, they haven't really worked out doing tank damage deal as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like
Actually, there is a new JP change that might help that slightly,
oh,
and that's they're normalizing stat pots and stat doors to be plus 65 plus 32 for all stats for all units
what?
instead of like the different pot stats and having like the
Wait,
prioritized
so
stat.
so like your primary stat is going to be 65 plus and your secondaries are
Yeah.
going to be 32.
No,
No.
all of your stats are 65 from pots and then 32 from doors.
Oh, so there is
every
no
stat is a
main
primary
stat anymore.
Yeah, every stat is at the level of primary stats now.
Ah, okay. There we go. Okay, we just got some damage number pasted. So can we see anyone in here? Oh, okay. It's kind of showing Lunafreya like doing twice as much damage as Terra. That does sound a bit much.
I think that's partly because her off turns are better as well. And yeah, that's without Imperils on Terra.
Yeah, but still, like Imperils, yeah, I mean, twice as much. That's a lot.
But like the Double Chronicle does a ton of work because even without all the like much easier time capping, evoke damage, and limit damage, that's 1500 flat magic.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know. I mean, I've seen some crazy stats on her. Like when I've been looking at screenshots pasted from people, she can reach sick high magic and then still almost cap basically everything. So it's, of course, she's gonna do a lot of damage.
Because of the square formula, it just really makes a ton of difference.
Yeah. And I mean, again, like this is a unit and many people are gonna pull for. Many people are very excited for Lunafreya, and I'm in the camp where I like Terra more as a unit. I would have obviously not mind getting a Lunafreya, and I'm gonna do dailies, obviously, but I'm not gonna be, specifically aiming for her. Let's see. Maybe I spend like the tickets from the raid event on her banner. That's probably what I'm gonna do because Noctis' banner is gonna be gone, which sucks.
That's fair. Unless you can get them all day one.
Well, no, because his banner disappears on Thursday when the event goes live.
Oh, true. The event doesn't start.
If the event started tomorrow, that would have been a different thing, but it doesn't, unfortunately.
But no, we covered this already.
Yeah. Well, and I think actually we've covered all the news so far. Exciting week. A lot to look forward to, I guess. Are you pulling for Lunafreya, Green?
No, I'll just do dailies. I'm kind of saving my just over 40k for something good. I don't know exactly what yet. But I'll keep doing dailies. Maybe a few tickets.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe you're going to become a Rigoro and, just like shit out 3 Lunafreyas on dailies or something. Who knows?
Have you seen my luck?
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, let's see what happens. I feel I wasted my luck with the Behemi that I got, and I'm super happy still about that. I think Behemi is a fantastic unit. I'm going to have a lot of fun with that unit.
That's really nice.
But let's see what happens. And more numbers and so on for all listeners. More numbers and more detailed analysis is coming up on our next pod episode, which should drop on Monday.
Yeah. I guess one other thing with the event is I am like especially reinforced by this. I'm predicting Arden will be next week because we've got the 4 weeks of this Final Fantasy 15 10+1 summons for free.
Oh,
And it would be weird to have those end and then run Arden.
that makes a lot of sense. Yes,
Yeah.
that makes a lot of
So
sense.
I think
Yeah, no,
he'll
that.
be
But as
the
I said,
last week of those.
I said this in the episode that went live yesterday too. I see literally no reason for cutting Arden. Like, there's literally no reason for them to cut
I'm
a
pretty
unit.
sure he won't be cut.
There's no way. And he's a CG unit. Like, there's no way. Of course he's coming. A bit of a surprise that they put Lunafreya in between, but it also makes a bit sense because now we don't have two identical units back to back, but rather, you know, people that missed out on CB Noctis now have like a period where they have waifu time, and then they're gonna be able to pull for another unit that's hopefully identical to Noctis but dark, right?
It's probably also just like an event cycle thing. Like, because of raid with orbs, you can kind of it'll occupy you for kind of the full 2 weeks.
True.
So it matters less if next week is dead, I guess.
True.
And there'll also be another chronicle for people to farm.
Yeah.
Whereas if there was no event this week with Arden, there would be nothing to do this week.
Right. No, that's true. That's true. It would be, and that's so it's good. And I like raids. Raids are nice because they don't spend energy, and it's always fun to gear your units to one shot. So that's good. Okay.
So I think this is a more sensible event order.
Yeah. True. No, I think that what you're saying makes a lot of sense, actually. All right, everyone. Thanks for chilling with us. Especially thanks to everyone that joined on Discord and just listened to us live and helped us with info in the chat and pasting like screenshots and nude pics of people and so on. I'm just kidding. Nobody pasted nude pics. To my chagrin, I'm going to say, because like, hey, guys, feel free, pasting a nude pic or two. That's fine.
No, seriously, don't.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. Don't. Okay, we got a nude Peter Griffin. Thank you, Rigoro. That's perfect. If you want to see that, you need to enter our Discord. All right. Thanks, everyone, for listening. Have a great day. And I guess we'll hear each other again on Monday.
Yeah. And I'm going to go to bed now.
Good night, Dream.
Good night.